Her name was Anna, and she was the kind of girl who always carried a smile even when her whole world was falling apart. She lived in a quiet area where people noticed everything, but somehow she managed to hide the biggest truth of her life for 9 whole months. She was pregnant, and no one, not even her closest friend, knew she wore oversized jackets, avoided fitted clothes, and always held a bag in front of her stomach, just in case someone looked too close. It wasn't that she was ashamed. It was because the father of the baby had vanished without a trace one moment. He was telling her he loved her, and the next, he was gone, completely gone. She searched everywhere, asked questions, filed reports, but there was no answer. And when she found out she was expecting, she was all alone, completely alone. No parents, no siblings, just a grandmother who barely recognized her face anymore. So Anna made a choice. She would face everything alone. She picked up extra jobs, kept to herself, and planned her life around this little heartbeat growing inside her. She talked to her baby every night, telling them how much she loved them, how strong they would be, how proud she already was. She started preparing in secret, buying baby clothes one at a time, hiding diapers under her bed, learning everything from videos and books. She never missed a checkup. Even though she had to travel far just to stay unnoticed, she felt the baby kick and cried in silence. She felt the baby stretch and smiled through the tears. She felt life inside her and promised to never give up. She kept pushing through every day even when her body ached. Even when she was too tired to speak, she never let anyone see her struggle. She marked the days in a notebook under her pillow, counting down to the moment everything would change forever. The day finally came. It was early morning when Anna felt the pain start sharp, strong, and sudden. She knew it was time. She grabbed the hospital bag she had quietly packed weeks before and walked out of her room without telling a single soul. She did not call an ambulance. She took a cab, sitting silently with her hand pressed tightly to her belly, praying the baby would wait just a little longer. She reached the hospital and checked in under a false name, just in case someone recognized her face and asked too many questions. The nurses could see the panic in her eyes. But Anna stayed strong. She was taken into the delivery room, and that's when everything started to go wrong. Her heart rate began to spike. Her breathing was shallow, and the baby was not responding. The doctors were shouting instructions, nurses were running across the room, machines were beeping too fast, everything was spinning, and all Anna could think about was her baby. Please be okay, please, please be okay. She whispered those words like a prayer over and over again as the pain took over her body and tears filled her eyes. The doctor said they had to move fast or they could lose them both. But Anna did not care about herself. She just wanted her child safe, alive. Breathing, her world was collapsing around her, and all she wanted was to hear that first cry. Then suddenly everything stopped. Her vision went black, and the room went silent. When Anna opened her eyes, everything felt distant. The lights above her were blurry, and the room was quiet. Too quiet. Her hands instinctively moved to her stomach, but it was flat empty. The panic hit her chest hard like a wave. She tried to speak, but her voice was barely a whisper. "Where is my baby?" No one answered right away. A nurse entered the room with slow, careful steps, her eyes full of something Anna could not read. Then the door opened again, and a doctor came in, holding something small wrapped in a soft white blanket. Anna reached out, trembling, and then she heard it. The sound that shattered her heart and healed it at the same time, a cry soft, then louder. The doctor smiled and placed the baby in her arms. "It's a girl," he said, "strong and beautiful. She made it." Anna held her daughter close, breathing her in, feeling her tiny heart beating against hers, and for the first time in months, she allowed herself to cry, really cry. She had done it. She had brought life into the world alone, in silence and fear. But now she was not alone anymore. The doctors said it was a miracle. The complications should have ended everything, but the baby fought and survived just like her mother. Weeks later, Anna sat on a bench outside the hospital, holding her baby. The sun was warm on her face, and for the first time in a long time she felt peace. People passed by, smiling at the sight of the tiny bundle in her arms. No one knew the full story. No one knew what she had endured and survived, but she did. And that was enough. She named her daughter Hope, because that was all she had held on to during the darkest nights. Hope that somehow things would work out, that she would not break, and in the end, hope had carried her through. She found a small apartment, got a part-time job, and began rebuilding her life, piece by piece. Some nights were hard, filled with tears and tired bones. But then she would hear Hope laugh or see her eyes light up, and everything made sense again. Anna did not regret her decision. She had lost so much but gained something even greater. And in that little apartment with the sound of lullabies and baby giggles filling the air, Anna knew she had everything she ever needed